Hey y'all, it is your girl V with Reality Recap here for your midday tea talk on last night's episode of Life After Lockup. It was another toxic hot mess that I am so happy to be back with you guys recapping. I missed last week. You guys know I was running around all over the place for my daughter's birthday, but we are back on schedule. We are streaming live right now across Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Make sure you comment. Let me know your thoughts on last night episode. Hi, Lily. Thank you for checking in on YouTube. I see you guys coming in on Instagram. How are you? But yes, I gave you guys a few episode highlights this morning for you to take a look at. Also, I want to say I'm sorry I was about 2 minutes late, but there are so many Fan Fest exclusives. You guys know that it's Bravo Fan Fest this weekend in Miami. I wish I could go, but just the price of those tickets right before a holiday, in my opinion, was just diabolical, child. So I could not make it, but the mid-season trailer of Real Housewives of Potomac just dropped. I put that on Instagram and Facebook for you guys. Also, our first look at season 16 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Finally, we got a small snippet of the new season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. I just dropped that for you guys as well. So make sure you take a look at those. So good. We still don't have a date yet on when we're gonna get season 16 of Real Housewives of Atlanta, but we did get a first look, so check that out after this live. And is it braided up? Yes, we're gonna talk about the train station. We're gonna talk about the drug test results. All of it had my mouth on the floor, honey. We're definitely gonna get into it. Lily said, I'm good. Can't wait to recap. I actually enjoyed this episode. I did. And if I'm being totally honest with you guys, I skipped last week's episode because Life After Lockup to me was getting a little boring. I did not watch last week's episode, but they always give you a good enough recap before the new episode starts. So I didn't watch last week. I jumped right into last night's episode and I thought it was a good watch. It was like, what the hell is going on here? So y'all know what time it is. Let me get my notes out. We're going to talk about all the couples that we saw last night. Get right into my notes. Let's start with, you know what? We're going to start with the couple we saw first last night. Let's talk about Bianca and Daniel. And I was talking to my bestie earlier today, guys, and I think, I was thinking, how come we don't get a reunion? Is it because we follow them through from when the inmate is locked up to certain couples afterwards, and then we get another look in this, like this episodes we see here for Life After Lockup? How come we don't get a reunion? So I'm gonna do my best, guys. Can't promise you anything. I know we should have about 2, maybe 3 episodes left because the new season of Love During Lockup is starting pretty soon. I know I gave you guys a sneak peek of that. I was trying to go back and look at the date of that. Yeah, Love During Lockup is starting December 13th. So we should only have maybe 1, 2 more episodes of this current season of Life After Lockup. So I'm gonna see if I could get a little panel together. Let's see if we can get Melissa, if we can get Bianca. Bianca been a little scared of social media. Y'all been apparently in her DMs going crazy, telling her to unalive herself. Don't be doing that. So let's see if we can get Bianca and Kim and all the ladies and do a little panel situation. I'll reach out to Teeny too and see if we can get a little reality recap Life After Lockup reunion going. My bestie got my wheels churning. If not, my bestie said I should have some of my loyal followers that come and watch all my recaps and we all just discuss it. So either way, we're going to figure it out and see if we can get a little reunion recap, something going of the season ourselves, because we deserve a reunion for the stuff that these people on this show put us through. Yes, I definitely will try that, Lily. I'm going to work on that this week. That's my assignment this week. Now let's get into Bianca and Daniel. So it seems like we left off, where we were apparently the episode before that I didn't watch, where Bianca and Daniel went out to lunch with one of his friends named Gator. He's engaged, had nice fat rock on his wife's finger. And Chrissy L said, "Yes, I want a reunion. I'm gonna work on it. I'm definitely am." So we see them still at dinner, and Bianca feels away because Daniel has not proposed to her yet. I'm not sure when he's supposed to propose to her. Is it when she's not picking him up from work, when they're trying to take a walk and they're arguing and splitting and going different ways? Is it when she's walking out on him? When is it that he's supposed to propose to you, sis? Let me know. But she's feeling the way that he has not proposed. We've been saying the same thing every single week. She ain't ready for a proposal. He's not ready for a proposal. He's only a month out of jail. He just started working at this moving company, and half his check is going to Ubers because she keep leaving him stranded all over the place. But she gets up, she walks out on him and his friends, and she doesn't want to talk anymore because she's saying that he's making joke out of it, and his friend is really on his side, which I think, all of us are. Like, they're not ready to get engaged, married, have children, none of that. They can't get through one episode without arguing. So why would you want to be engaged or on a fast track to marriage with someone that, again, is 1 month out of prison, who's trying to get his life together? And do we forget that Daniel has an ex-wife and a child that's about 14 years old that he has never paid any child support or lended any support to? You might want to figure that out before you decide you want to jump in and marry this man. Like, what are we doing here? I get it. She's 23, 24 years old. She's young. She it's not clicking for her yet. Also, nor is it clicking for her that you're supposed to be supporting him, because you chose to be in a relationship with him, supporting him through him being released and back into reality. And he is still a recovering substance abuse and alcoholic. Like, what are we doing here? I'm tired of saying the same thing about them every week. I told y'all in my caption, at this point, I'm just tired of seeing her leave him stranded, him catch an Uber, and then them have to have a discussion laying in the bed in they street clothes, which is so dirty to me. Like, we never see them shower. I'm like, stop being out in that Arizona heat. His shirt's always soaking sweat. Her hair look like it ain't been washed in months, and y'all laying in that bed in your street clothes arguing. I'm tired of seeing it at this point. I really am. Like, I don't know what else to say. Christy Hill said, "I love that he knows he's not ready, fresh out of jail." Yeah, Christy, but he has some responsibility in that, because he should not have proposed to her while he was locked up. And I do see her side of it, that she says she felt that he love bombed her. He must have been, if you know, but he was giving her jail talk and proposed to her, making her think they were going to get married as soon as he got out. And then he got out and he's not keeping on his word. Now, she did mention last night as well that she's moved halfway across the country. That was your choice, sis. But she's moved halfway across the country. Half of her family is not speaking to her because of the decision that she made. Now she's there and they're not getting married. So she says she feels like, to her family and friends, and I guess to us, it makes her look crazy. No, sis, that's not what's making you look crazy. It's everything else you're doing on this show that's making you look crazy at this point. It ain't that. Like, like Daniel said, it would be crazy. Y'all would look crazy to get married right now when you can't even have one discussion without it turning into an argument. You are arguing over coffee. You're arguing over holding hands for a walk. So I think that would make you look crazy, like he said, to get married. But also, everything else you're doing on the show is what's making you look crazy. Not that. Like, you know, um Lily said on YouTube, for real, I come from a Mexican family and my mother would never let us go to bed with the clothes we wore outside. Never. Yeah, like, and I'm gonna tell you, clearly you know what family I come from. You couldn't even sit on the edge of my great grandmother bed with your street clothes on. Like, don't even try it. Like, we sitting in public chairs all over the place. They were just out at a restaurant, and they're in Arizona. The heat is sweltering, and you gonna just come home and get in the bed with your street clothes on. That type of stuff get me distracted from what they're saying when I see stuff like that. And I'm like, ugh, cut those split ends and go take a shower. I'm just over it at this point. But yeah, Chrissy said I'm right about that. Thank you. I do think that he has some stake in the game. He should not have made it seem like he was going to marry this girl at all that quickly. He just should not have done that. He set himself up for this. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. Individually, they need their own therapy and counseling. She ran from a lot of traumas from Florida to follow him to Arizona. The fact that she literally went to a website looking for someone to talk to or date just because they had been convicted of a DUI says a lot in itself. So she has some traumas that she needs to deal with. Her accident that she was in, um, the loss of a baby and her previous relationship. She hasn't dealt with that. That's why she's so, in my opinion, on Daniel. I want a baby. I want a baby. I want to get married. And he, like we know, he's a recovering addict. Those are things that they need to deal with individually before they can work as a couple, even start to work as a couple. And I wanted to look because I know the last couple of times we talked about them in the October time frame, it seemed like they were still together. And she had been posting how happy they were. They were at the pumpkin patch, all of those things. And then she kind of disappeared. I don't know, am I blocked? Because I have not seen, she used to watch all of my stories. I haven't seen her lately. I have to see. I don't know. Maybe I'm blocked. I don't see her coming up on my timeline. But also, she had been saying she was going to take a break from social media just because of, again, she's been getting so much backlash from just people reacting to what they see on the show. Excuse me, guys. I'm getting over a cold. I should have muted my button. I'm sorry. Let me do that. That was rude of me. But yeah, she said that again, people who's been in her DMs, sending threats, things like that. So she was taking a social media break. So I may be blocked because of my opinions and posting episode highlights. I don't know. I'll look from a personal page and see if I'm blocked or not. And y'all tell me if y'all follow her, if you see that she's still um on social media, but she's kind of been radio silent for a few weeks now. So I don't know, child, but it just it's giving same old song with them. And Rob's mom did say to him last night, well, maybe you should give her the ring as a promise ring. And he got to talk to his mom while she was out with her friend. Her friend is in town from, Bianca's friend from Florida came in town. It seems like for just one night. She kicked Daniel out of the bed. He has to sleep on the couch while her friend is visiting. I don't know why the friend couldn't sleep on the couch. I'm not kicking my husband out the bed for no girl to sleep with me and he gonna sleep on the couch. We're just not doing that. And you want him to propose to you. Okay. But yeah, her friend comes to town. And y'all, I said as soon as I saw she was going to pick her friend up, I said to my husband, I said, you see that little satin tube top she got on? They going out for drinks soon as she pick her up. And damn if I wasn't right. Soon as she got her friend from the airport. Hey, Alpha Love. Thank you for checking in. Miss you. But as soon as she picked her friend up from the airport, it was like snap fingers and they're at some restaurant having drinks. So we'll see how that's going to end when she gets home, tipsy or drunk again, being another episode of her being a trigger to Daniel. But I also didn't like what her friend was saying. And of course her friend is getting a one-sided conversation, right? Like her friend is only hearing what Bianca has to say, but she's like, yeah, he promised to marry you. He ain't marrying you. Then peace out on him and da da da. It's like, what? Do you know what your friend has been putting this man through? Again, his hands aren't clean. I've said that his hands are not clean because he should not have proposed to her while he was locked up. It was like, girl, it's two sides to every story, and the truth is in the middle. But I get it. She there supporting her friend. And, now Daniel's the big bad monster when she has been the one taking him through the ringer since day one that he got out of prison. So we'll see how that goes. Um, we'll see if he even gets to giving her the promise ring, the ring that he brought originally to propose to her. The mom says flip it to a promise ring. It's definitely giving promise ring vibes, the ring that he got. It's not an engagement ring at all. So I think that's perfect. I still don't even think she deserves that right now. And I don't think that he should promise anything, but he should give himself a promise ring to work on his sobriety and focusing on his life. That's what he should do. But listen, we'll see if they even get there or if the friend messes it up with her one-sided thinking of the relationship, or will she come in here his side and say, yeah, you know what? Maybe you shouldn't get married. Like y'all was already against her moving halfway across the country. Now you team why he ain't proposed to her yet. Like, we'll see how that goes. Lily said, I love how Gator was telling Daniel to run. Gator is a real friend, not a yes man. I agree with you, Lily. Like, Gator was letting it be known that she is not the one, bruh. Look how she's running out of here. Y'all not ready to be married. He was telling him exactly what we all been trying to scream through the TV every single week. So I'm on the page of Gator. Like Gator was giving, he was 10 toes down. He was keeping 100, and I agree with everything Gator was saying, for real. Thank you for checking in, Joseph, on YouTube. Joseph said, I bet when Bianca's friend sees that Bianca said she was jealous of her and Daniel's relationship and her confessional, she's gonna change her tune about Daniel not proposing. That part, Joseph, I forgot all about when she was getting ready to move, how she said that her friend was jealous of her. And if her friend's been watching like we've been watching, there's nothing to be jealous of at all. So let's see if we can find Bianca. I know who does talk to Bianca if she's blocked me or if she's just off of social media. Her and Kim are really good friends. So I know who can get through to Bianca and see if I can pull together. I was telling when we first started, I'm trying to we deserve a reunion for these shows. I'm going to try to get a little panel, see if I can get Kim and Melissa, Bianca, even reach out to Teeny. Teeny's in her like mother wife content creator era as well, as still working, but let's see if we can pull it off. Let's see what we can do. Hi B, new subscriber, thank you for subscribing and thank you for watching and welcome. I appreciate that. Yes, Lily said, OMG, Joseph, I forgot about that. I sure did too, Joseph, but you have made an excellent point, and I appreciate that. She definitely did call that girl jealous of what, but yeah, we'll continue to watch. Like I said, we got to have at least one or two episodes left before we get into Love During Lockup. So we'll see where they end up. And I had told you guys that, the streets have been buzzing that Bianca allegedly may be pregnant. I showed you guys a few weeks ago. I don't know if I can pull it up really quickly for y'all and show you, but um yeah, it was I had got a picture sent to me, a little birdie. Boop Boop has sent a picture to me, and it looks like Bianca looked pregnant. So, let me see if I could show y'all that for y'all that haven't seen it. But it looked like a little behind the scenes picture. Yep, here it is. Let me see if y'all can see that. But my ring light is kind of messing it up, but trying to center it. But I don't know if you can really tell right there, but it looks like a little bit of a stomach there. You know what I mean? But why am I pointing it the wrong way? But I had got that flipped to me in my messages. So we'll keep watching. That may be why she's off the grid as well. I don't know, off the grid or unblocked, one or the other. We'll figure it out after this episode. So let's move on to our next couple. We're going to talk about. Lily said, yeah, wow, she definitely looked like she could be pregnant. I agree. So I don't know when that picture was taken, but clearly it seems like it was during filming. She's holding the little snap thing. Um, I can't confirm or deny for you when that picture was taken. It was, a little birdie dropped it in my messages, and I'm just bird watching to see if she surfaces and if it's true or not. But just know you heard anything you hear here first, all right? With your girl. Now let's get into our next couple. We're going to talk about Troy and Zariah because I'm utterly disgusted with Zariah after this episode, just being totally honest. We start off the episode. First of all, it's their anniversary, as well as, Troy and Zariah are trying to put together their community day at her parents' church because she has concocted this non-for-profit organization, Project Heal, where they help provide free mental health services to recently incarcerated inmates as well as the youth. And I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I personally do not feel like she knew anything about this field. I feel like there's been mismanagement of money, and I just don't trust the organization. There, I said it. I do feel like maybe the money that was coming in from this organization so far or thus far before Troy came home funded the jury and the money bouquets and the SRT cherry red Kia that she's driving, the Gucci pocketbooks, all of that stuff that if you are a non for profit is not making sense at all. And that being your sole source of income, it doesn't make any sense with me. Now, again, this is alleged. These are just my opinions, my thoughts, but I don't trust this organization. Not saying that I think Troy wants this organization to do well. I think Troy came home looking to make a difference. I just don't know if he's fully aware of the bookkeeping and what's going on behind the scenes. Now, with that said, it's community day. It is their anniversary. Um, and before we get into it, let's read Lily's comment. She said, I agree. She upset me. My boyfriend normally doesn't watch this show with me, but he happened to be in the room with when her scene was on. He was livid for the way she spoke to Troy and making him leave the car. And clearly we know, right, as frequent viewers, this is not the first time she's talked to him like that. And I've said it, call me old school, call me old, whatever. I would never, ever, this light is so bright, guys. I would never speak to my husband in that tone. I just wouldn't. Let's turn this down a little bit. That light was so bright in my eye, but I would never talk to my husband that way. Just never. Never. Even if I'm upset, it's a way that you talk to, especially, the man of your household. I just personally would never speak to him that way because I don't want him speaking to me that way. It's not a situation of me bowing down or, being submissive. It's just a simple matter of treat people the way you want to be treated. But yeah, let's, get into it. It was Community Day and their anniversary. I don't know why you would have Community Day on your anniversary to begin with, knowing how this girl is, but he was trying to make a difference in the world. They also were in a rush to do this Community Day because they need 50 people to sign up for Project Hill in order for them to show there's a need in the community, in order for her to get more grants to feed off of that is going to be mismanaged, in my opinion. Now, with that said, they come outside to get ready to leave for um community day, and she got a damn boot on her car for unpaid tickets. How ironic. I said, I don't know if that was staged. I don't know how you stage or have it a fake cop put a boot on your car. I don't know how you do that, but she owed $550 in unpaid tickets. Now she went and paid it right away, which is also what's part of my just suspicions of how this non-for-profit money is really being used. She said that her finance person, right. Her finance person told her that she should leave a couple $1,000 in the accounts, whatever accounts, for emergency purposes. And she would say that this is emergency. She needs a car. She needs her car. Where else is she gonna kick Troy out of in the middle of the road? So she needs a car because they have to get ready for community day. She goes in, she pays the $550, and the boot comes off. They get in the car and he's on his phone. He's on his phone. He's quiet. He's not really bothering her or aggravating her. And, as they always do, he's smoking. She's getting upset with him. Who are you texting? This is our anniversary. It should be about spending time with me. This is supposed to be a good day, a great day. It's already starting off with a boot on my car. Get off the phone. Do you hear me? Like, she's yelling at him, screaming at him, cursing at him, and they get to they get to the church or something like that, and he's going to drive. He's going to drive after they come out. They got to get a few things done for the community day. And he comes out and he's driving, but he's still texting on his phone. She's yelling at him, pull over, get out the car, get the fuck out the car. I'll drive. She's cursing at him, acting a fool, and he's still. I tell you, Troy got the patience of a saint. I don't know if it's because he always smoking that he remains so calm, but he has the patience of a saint to deal with her. I really want him to look at these episodes and wake up. But I've also told you guys from them too. All they do, they used to get on live all the time, cursing us out. He love her, and that's his woman, and we need to mind our business. Yet you on our TV screen every week, putting us in the group chat. But he would. It seems like bottom line to get, not to go too far out of context, but it seems like there's a codependency there. I don't know what, but there's some type of codependency between Troy and Zariah. He cannot do without her. And she is taking him through the ringer for that. Now, I did tell you guys that Karen has been online, his mom. They beef a lot. She's on live a lot, and she's alleged things like they have substance abuse issues. I don't know if it's outside of we see them smoking all the time, but there is some type of codependency there. That's just my observation, and I'm no doctor. But that's just my observation from seeing them on the show and their social medias that he's like glued to her hip, and I don't get it. So again, she's cursing him out, She tells him to get out. She'll drive. It looks like they go to Staples. They get back in the car. She's aggravated with him again for no reason. The man can't do nothing right, even when he ain't doing nothing. She's upset with him simply because he's texting, he's being silent, he's smoking, minding his business. She kicks him out the car completely and pulls off on him and tells him she don't want him riding with him, with her. Get out, get out. First of all, I wouldn't have got out, but Troy got out the car and she pulled off and left the man. Yet again, we see him walking on the side of the road with his ankle bracelet for about the third or fourth time this season. Like, why do she keep treating this man like this? Joseph on YouTube, that's read your comments, said Troy said that's his woman. He gonna stick beside her. That part. And that's basically what he be telling us every time they go on live. He tells us that we don't know them, that we only see them for a few minutes every week. Well, we on season 2 of seeing you for a few weeks. And what I'm gonna tell you is I don't like what I see. He's on the side of the road. Production is following him. Instead of them saying, like, we'll give you a ride, they riding along him, filming this man walking on the side of the road. He finally had to say, can y'all let me in? Give me a ride. They got the minivan and they got all their equipment and cameramen. Troy had to ride in the trunk of the minivan and they got a boom mic in his face, still interviewing him. I said, Lord have mercy. How humiliating is this girl to him? Like, so humiliating. And then we find out the kicker, the whole time he was on the phone, he wasn't texting or talking to anybody else. He was writing a long, endearing Facebook tribute post to her for their wedding anniversary. That's all the man was doing. I had to sip my tea on that one. I was so annoyed with this girl. I wanted to go through my TV. And that ain't it. Mind you, his daughter is supposed to be coming into town for Community Day. She was upset that his daughter was coming with her mother. Oh, why would you invite Yana to Community Day? It's our anniversary. So what? He wants his daughter to be there. I told y'all I feel like she's more focused on Troy being a father to her son than she is worried about him being a father to his own biological daughter. That's an issue for me. Like that's a red flag. And he then he worked it out where that his daughter is not coming with her mom. Yana's not coming. She's on the train coming with Troy's mom, Karen. They get there, they're at the train station for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes, 60 minutes, almost 2 hours because he can't get to the train station to get his daughter because this woman done left him on the side of the road. Wake up, Troy. This is not the girl for you. Wake up. Please watch these episodes and take in how this woman is treating you. Wake up. Come on, you can do it. Wake up. It was it was just outright disgusting the way she treated him. And she's yelling at him again. He's on the phone. Karen's upset. She's saying that they're getting back on the train. They're no longer coming. They're not coming back. He's still trying to make his way to get his daughter. She's yelling at him, where are you going? And he's like, yo, my daughter's at the train station. And then she had the nerve to say out her mouth, we got bigger things to deal with right now. The fuck is you talking about? His daughter is number one priority, period. And she's at the train station, stuck at a train station because of you, pimple face. So I just cannot with this girl anymore. Shady MILF. I love the name. Is it Shaddai MILF? I thought it said Shady MILF. I was about to say I love that name. Either way, she said yes. I can't stand her. And D Candy, hey girl, said right, like I'm over it. I don't want to see no more of her. She ain't got to come back for another season of Life After Lockup. I don't want to see no more of her. Now I did tell you guys, she after the first season, Love During Lockup, that we saw um Troy and Zariah. They did an interview with my girl Mary over at Kiki and Kidbits. They did an interview with her, and Zariah said that during this filming of the last season, where we saw her yelling and screaming at him back then, that she was not on her regimen of medication, that she does deal with bipolar syndromes, and that she was in manic episodes is why we saw her yelling at him and stuff. I'm just only assuming by now that since that was filmed, she talks about how we would see in the new season that her hair would look better than that Velcro ponytail we saw last season, that she was doing better. I'm only assuming that, I came into this season thinking that we would see her treat him better, and I don't see that. I don't want to make light of anyone's mental health. I don't know if it's true or not. To me, it was given an excuse to why she treated him that way because of the backlash that she was receiving, but it's just getting worse. It's not getting better at all. D Candy said, "Bye, girl. That had nothing to do with it. His child." Yeah. It was sad, it was disgusting, it was terrible the way she talked about him, to him, down to him, cursing at him, kicking him out, and above all, leaving his child and his mother at the train station. And I felt for Karen too. She said, like, it's killing her to see her son be treated like this. And they go back and forth too. Like, and it's sad to see that on the internet. Their relationship is strained, in my opinion, truly because of Zariah. It is. So I don't want to see them no more. I'm good. I don't want to see him no more. D Candy said that's because he has nothing. Well, then he can go live with Karen. He needs to go back to his hometown and give it a rest for a minute because I don't want to see them anymore. D Candy says, so she treats him how she wants to. He better get his shit together and quickly. You know, I know he's trying to do this non for profit with her. He wants to see it grow. You might need to start your own non for profit or get your paperwork in order to make sure that your name is on things or that you can handle or take over things or whatever you need to do, because if she ain't kicking him out the car, she kicking him out the house, or she threatening to divorce, or she threatening to leave. She said last night, after this, I'm done with you. Like, it's no one wants to be strung along in a relationship and told over and over again, I'm gonna leave, I'm done. Like, nobody wants to do that. So it was just the only word I can come up for you right now was it was just disgusting. Yeah. So we'll see how Community Day turns out. If they get 50 people signed, if they even are able to accomplish Community Day, because Troy had walked away at that point. He's still trying to get to the train station. Hopefully his daughter, he can, get them from the train station before they leave. We'll have to see in the next episode, but annoying AF. Real talk. Now let's get into our next couple. We have a few more couples to go through. Let's talk about Brittany and Key Rock. I'm annoyed with them too, y'all. I've been annoyed with Brittany and Key Rock. My recaps of them have been pretty short just because of the simple fact I don't understand how you plan to move to a whole nother city without knowing if you were approved by your parole or probation officers. I don't know. DK said, take her damn car key. Like, I'm annoyed with Key Rock and Brittany, just the poor planning, spending money on a wedding, then not getting married. She should have told him before they got to the altar that, Her PO told her that it wasn't a good idea for them to get married. She knew that morning when she was sitting there doing that 90s bun and baby hairs that they were not going to get married. Just another waste of money and time. So we see them in this episode. They make it to Houston. I'm like, oh, okay. Hey, friend. How are you? Thank you for checking in. But yeah, we see them in Houston. I'm saying, oh, they made it to Houston. They there. All right. Everything done worked out. But then we find out that Brittany's on a 30-day travel pass. So I still have so many questions on, okay, you're on a 30-day travel pass. My first question was, so is that a loophole for her? I was asking my best friend this morning too, he got a mind, he got the legal background. I was asking him, so is that a loophole? Can she just keep applying for 30-day travel passes, or can she apply for like a 6 month travel pass, a year travel pass? And he was telling me, yes, she can apply for them. Doesn't mean that she's going to get them. So maybe the free route, in my opinion, should have been, let's try to apply for these temporary travel passes of 30 days, and maybe we see if we could get 6 months or a year before I wasted money on a wedding dress and having my friends and coffee with her dog dressed in a tutu in the park trying to get married, and hiring an officiant, spending all that money that should have been going towards, thank you, D Candy, that 10K restitution that she dragging her feet on paying because she wants to live a certain lifestyle. Girl, you was just in the motel, the government motel. What lifestyle are you talking about? I am on today. I am on, so I'm on today. Before we get further, B, I'm sorry I didn't see your comment. B said Troy is so loyal and codependent to her because he's a Leo. That might be. My husband is a Leo, but he ain't gonna let me talk to him like that. And I don't even want to, nor would I. Like, it could be here, Leo B. And I also think, like I said, there's some codependency there between them. If you see them on social media, something, I can't place my finger on it. There is something going on there more than what meets the eye. I have to, that's just my observation. But yeah, D Candy said, D Candy on Instagram B said she a Leo and not me, not ever. You won't talk to D Candy like that. So, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. My husband is a Leo. He's very patient with me. I am the Sag of all Sages. It is actually my mom's birthday today. So, rest in peace to my mom. My mom's birthday is today. My father's birthday is tomorrow. So I'm a full-blooded Sagittarius. So shout out to my parents. But he is definitely very patient with me. I am all over the place. I am that fire sign, and he's very patient with me, but he is never going to allow me to talk to him that way ever. And I'm pretty sure he knows that I'm never going to talk to him like that. So it's just, I don't know if it's the sign or what, but I spot codependency. But yeah, Brittany and Key-Rod, they out in Houston. Brittany's on her 30-day travel pass. Again, I was saying, I literally wrote in my notes, so why not just keep trying to get more travel passes? So again, talking to my, legal background bestie this morning. Thank you, D Candy. Talking to my legal background bestie this morning, he was saying she could apply for them, doesn't mean she's gonna get them. He also said that it could fall through just for the simple fact that she's already applied to move there and that hasn't been approved. That she can try doesn't mean she would get him. And I said, I understood that. Just like them getting married wouldn't mean that she would be approved to move to Texas. So I was just thinking, all right, I apply for the 30 days. Within that first week of me getting approved for the 30 days, I'm applying for the next 30 days or 6 months. Because he was saying like she could maybe apply for 6 months, a year. So I would be trying to apply for that so I can get stabilized and not have Key Rock. Because where is Brittany living when she goes back to Virginia after these 30 days? Is she still staying with Coffee? Because they were paying her probably not a whole lot. They were paying Coffee to stay there. So Key Rock is the only one working. He's starting a new job. Wasn't working before then because he's in between jobs thinking he was on his way to Houston. And she don't want to work in a pie factory. So I'm confused on where she's gonna live when she goes back, and how is he now supposed to handle this rent in this new apartment, his own living expenses, and whatever rent she's gonna have. He's already been paying dueling rents when they were living with Coffee, and already paying for the apartment out there in Houston before they could get out there. It's just like they're burning through money. And this girl don't want to pay off her restitution. Like, what? I was just my entire face last night watching the show was like, what the fuck am I watching? What are we talking about right now? None of this is making sense to me. It was just pure authors of confusion, in my opinion. I was just like, what is going on here? I was between what the fuck and annoyed all night long watching this show. I'll just be honest. D Candy said, and before their damn lips so shiny. And she said, I'm over them. Yeah, so Brittany has all these plans. Key Rock's mom comes to visit because Key Rock mom left them from jump. She had already packed up her house. His brother had already packed up to move because they thought that they were all going. So it's one thing that you thought you were going to be able to go and you're not able to go, but you had your whole family moving with you. And at the last minute, after they pack up the whole house, then you tell them that y'all not able to go. So his mom and brother went ahead without them. So she came over to visit. Brittany has all these ideas of how she talking about she putting a small water fountain in the living room and plants, and it's going to be modern, bougie, yet cozy. She's talking about furniture and rugs. With what job? And the mother's on board with it. Like, oh, yes, I can see that. We're going to put a Picasso over here. And then through conversation, she learns that Brittany only there for 30 days. Bitch, what? So she like, why are you planning or do all these design ideas when you can't even stay here? So what is your plan? And I feel like the mom, Key Rock's mom and brother was really getting in her ass and telling her, like, you don't have a plan. What are you gonna do? She pretty much seems she made it clear that she could pay off her restitution of the 10,000 and then she would be free and clear and be able to move to Texas with no stipulations, no more parole, probation officer, whatever have you. She wouldn't need permission to go there, no more 30-day passes to go anywhere or travel outside of the state. She could be free and clear because Key Rock's already off. Key Rock's done. She's saying that her restitution is roughly under 10,000. I bet y'all it ain't even 5,000. But she is not willing to pay her restitution off or pay it on a faster track because of the lifestyle she is accustomed to living and wants to live. What? So clearly, all of her design ideas, everything that's been happening, the paying dual rent is all coming out of Key Rock's pocket. She says that she ain't going back to waitressing and making no sandwiches for nobody. They asked her about, because when we first met Brittany, she was in cosmetology school. She was going to do nails. She said she don't want to do that no more. And that basically she ain't finding a job until she find an interest of something that she wants to do. So she's okay with Key Rock running himself into the ground, burning his pockets and all his money, as long as she get to sit home and get them funny looking nails done. What is going on? So clearly, what his mom and brother said struck a nerve with Brittany. So now she's on defense. She's up she's cleaning, and Key Rock is saying, look, we've moved from a whole nother state. I've been moving all this stuff. I need rest. I have my first day of work tomorrow. He's working in the HVAC field, which we saw Joey go on an interview for HVAC. And it's not an easy job. It's not, like he said, it's not a sit at a desk job. I'm not saying that that's not a hard job. It is. But he has to be crawling in spaces, under houses. There could be rats, snakes. We saw all of that on the interview with Joey. It's a very physical, tasking job. And he's only simply asking to go get some rest. She's mad and want him to help her clean. Why? You could clean all day while he at work because you ain't working nowhere. And then I forget to mention she told his mother that, well, I can't go out and get a job. That's not realistic because I don't know when he gonna be using the car. I don't know his schedule. So it's not even realistic for me to get a job. Get on the bus. Take a Uber to work. What are you talking about? Can y'all tell how annoyed I am by last night's episode? I was so annoyed. Like so annoyed. But she's mad that he doesn't want to clean after moving and needing to go on his first day of work. And she's like, "You throwing it in my face?" No, you're just what his mother said struck a nerve. You don't have your priorities together. You're not focused. And now you're mad at Key Rock because Key Rock is telling you, I'm getting rest because I got a job. I got to go to work. And you're taking it the wrong way. She then tried to throw in his face, like basically saying, well, he wouldn't have the job if it wasn't for her because her cousin helped him get the job. And he's saying, no, my credentials is what got me the job. You may have made a call and I was interviewed, but I would have been able to find work on my own. I would have been out hitting the pavement and finding a HVAC job. That's why we were moving here in the first place, because this is supposed to be a lucrative field for that, sis. She started speaking in Spanish. I don't know, she was saying she ain't cleaning the air mattress or something like that. And she gets mad and she leaves out. And I'm just saying, finally, go ahead and get you some rest, Key Rock. Let her go. But incredibly selfish, doesn't want to work, doesn't want to help. And she looks at Key Rock in the interview and say, do I need to work right now? And he like, when he really want to be like, yeah, you do. You can see it all over his face. He really want to be like, yeah, I need you to get a job so you can pay for them funny nails and them 90s hair buns on your own. I need you to get a job. And for her to say, well, I could get my clothes from the dollar store, but I'm not doing that. I'm going to live my certain lifestyle and I'm just going to have to pay my restitution on a slower track. Brittany's wearing designer. We've seen her in designer clothes. No. So what is she talking about? Girl, you shopping at Amazon and Fashion Over with the rest of us. Catch a sale, get you a cute outfit. I mean, being just like at this point when you're on TV and you have a following, start getting some brand deals or something. Be a brand ambassador for Fashion Over. Hell, do something. But I don't know. When they first got out to Texas and on social media, they were just spending all their time on social media. Hey, Sativa, thank you for checking in. They were really just spending most of their time on social media and trying to get bookings for clubs. That's what I saw her doing. And I thought that at the time, I didn't know she was on a 30-day pass, but it was just like every post was, we in Texas, book us for events, book us for, meet and greets. That's what they were trying to do when she first got out there. I didn't see them on many meet and greets, just being honest. I saw them asking. I didn't see nobody booking. So yeah, that's what they were doing when they first was out there. Because I was thinking, oh, spoiler alert, we watching this show. And I already seen them was out there on Instagram 2-3 months ago, not knowing it was a 30-day pass. And no wonder the asking of bookings stopped shortly after, because you can only be out there for 30 days. So I'm hoping that Key Rock starts his new job and that it goes well and that he can at least financially support himself. And I am very curious to see, does she get another travel pass? What happens, where is she going to stay when she goes back to Virginia, and what is she going to do with herself? Because I'm annoyed. Lily said on Instagram, I didn't like Brittany on last night's episode. She was acting entitled for someone without a job. Yeah. And then what I also didn't understand was she talking my son. What you mean? You got a job? I got to be here cleaning and cooking 3 meals. Who are you cooking 3 meals for? The man he's working. So who are you cooking 3 meals for? Send him off to work with lunch. And maybe that's what she mean. Like maybe she gonna cook breakfast for him before he go, and then she gonna make something for him to take for lunch. I can see the dinner, but 3 meals a day, who you cooking that for? What are you talking about? It's not making any sense. What are you cleaning? You have no furniture. So vacuum the rug and keep the bathroom clean. Like, what is she talking about? You ain't even got pans and pots yet to cook 3 meals. What are you talking about? It's not making any sense to me whatsoever. None. Sativa on Instagram says she should use her following to build her nail or hair career. She said she don't want to do that, Sativa. She said she don't want to do that no more. And until she figure out what interests her, she's not just gonna work any old job. She ain't doing that. So yeah, she could be doing that, but she don't want to do that no more. She's good at baby hairs. She could pay people because I know I can't do a baby hair. I could do baby hair on my kids so good, but I can't do my own baby hairs like that. I would pay her $20 just to do baby hairs. Sativa also said, I was wondering how she got a Mercedes with no job. Key Rock's had that Mercedes since they came home. I don't know how. I don't even know where he's getting this money from that he has to support them the way that he does, because he hasn't been working. I don't know. I don't know if it was saved up money from the time in prison. I don't know, but I don't even know how he's supporting them right now, to be honest. And Sativa said, "Yeah, I get not wanting to do certain things after experiencing trauma, but damn, yeah, like okay, you serve sandwiches in prison. You don't want to do that again. Cool. Go work at a retail store. Like work at Bloomingdale's or something if you need this high life, and so you can get the stuff on a discount at least. Do something." But she ain't shopping at Bloomingdale's. We ain't seeing her in no fly shit. Stop it, y'all. Y'all know it. Y'all do not look at Brittany on y'all screen and be like, ooh, that's a dope designer outfit. I want to wear that. Like, stop it. Stop it, Five. Yes, the TV. She do baby hairs and buns good. Get in the ponytail game. There are girls out here literally making a killing off just doing slick back ponytails and baby hairs. Do that. Become the ponytail queen of Houston. Something. I don't know. But she can't do that because she won't finish school. There you have it. So again, we only have a few episodes left before we get into Love During Lockup and a whole new set of couples. So we'll have to see what happens. Does she have to go back in the 30 days? Does she get an extension on her travel pass? Does she find out what she wants to do with her life? Does she go back to nails? There's so many unanswered questions that hopefully we get answered within the next 2 episodes, honey. But let's keep trucking right along. We still have so many couples to talk about. I've already been up here an hour. This is always my longest tea talk. Sorry, guys. It's your favorite, just like it's mine. Who we gonna go to next? All right, let's talk about real quick Justine and Mike. I'm not interested in them this season. She told her mother that she was pregnant last night. Her mother had a fit, just like she did the last pregnancy, and that's really all we saw of them. Her mother will be coming to town soon for her youngest daughter's birthday party, and then she sprung it on her mom, telling her, well, you're coming in town for the birthday party, and next day I'm having a C-section, which, by the way, she didn't mention it's a high risk pregnancy. She could lose her life. She hasn't included her mom in any of that, none of that whatsoever. So yeah, I don't know what I'm not interested in their story. That's the most I can tell you about that. Hi, my love. My daughter's down here, guys. I will be done in a minute. Because the wind's blowing so hard. I know. Is Daddy up there? Okay. I'll be up in a second. Mom life. You got to love it, right? So I'm not interested in Justin and Mike's story. But yeah. She's waiting to the ninth hour to tell her mom that she's pregnant and it's extremely high risk. Smart of you. No. So next, let's talk about Melissa and Louie. I didn't like Melissa's sister last night, y'all, nor did I like her coworker friend questioning how Louis got this ring when we've been watching Louis bust his butt to get this ring for Melissa. I ain't like that one bit. Now, Melissa went last night to look at wedding dresses. Donna wants to be included. If you don't know who Donna is, that's Louis's mom, the overbearing mom that just loves her son. And that's what I said, D Candy. Everybody annoyed me last night. I was just annoyed the entire episode. But Melissa goes to look at dresses. At first, I'm like, I know what to expect from Donna. So she comes in, she got smart comments. You gonna wear white to your wedding? Girl, you wore white to all three of y'all's. And side note, did y'all look at the wedding pictures of Donna and her three weddings? That second wedding, what was going on there? If you didn't look closely, look again. It's given 90 Day Fiance. But she said her first husband, now that looked like a legit marriage. That, she was young and he looked young, even though the face was blurred out. And they looked like, they were in love. But that second wedding, she's in like a white tank top dress. It looked like they're on the beach. She got a baseball cap on her head. He is in a tank top and some khakis. It was given 90 Day Fiance. And he looked way younger than her, even with the face blurred out. I don't know what was going on with, I don't know. But Donna, I want you to stop saying how you have all the experience because you've been through three marriages. Stop saying that. That's not a good look, okay? Like, what's going on there? That was my question. Is it Chirac 73 or Chirac? That was my question. I couldn't. My husband asked the same question. I don't know if he was black or just if he was tan because they was on a beach. But it was given younger than her. It was given 90 Day Fiance. It was given he looked like they were on Love After Lockup with them khaki pants and belt. I don't know, but I was like, I want to know more about Donna. Damn near had me ready to reach out to Donna for an interview because I want to know more about these marriages. To be honest, I might still reach out to her, but um I'm definitely more interested. I looked at them pictures because they put them up there a few times, and I just kept looking like, what's going on with this second wedding, honey, and the third one. The third one looked like they was at a block party. I don't know, but I'm interested. I'm definitely interested. I'm gonna have to reach out to Mama Donna, honey. But Melissa's trying on dresses. Donna's got her smart comments. The dresses that Melissa was picking out looked terrible. The first one looked okay, but the sleeve thing she had on, no. The second dress was terrible with the sheer and the bone and the high split. I did not like it at all. I did not like it at all. Lily said, I loved when Donna told Melissa's friends off, and who the hell are you? That part. For the first time, I'm usually like, yo, Donna, she's so hard on Melissa. She's always giving her a hard time. She's always being an overbearing mom. But last night, they deserved it. I was glad. I said, oh, y'all done activated Donna. Y'all think she activated before? She's definitely activated now. And I was glad she was getting at them because I didn't like what they were saying. Because also it came off phony. When she's out there in her dresses, oh, I love it. It looks so great. It's so you. But then when she walks back in the dressing room, y'all like, where did he get this money for this ring? Is it a real ring? Did he steal it? Is it stolen? All he does is he's a pizza boy and a personal trainer. It's not adding up. It's not making sense. But I bet you one thing. I bet you one thing with Bianca's friend, with Melissa's friend, with Melissa's sister. I bet you don't none of them got no man. I bet you don't none of them got nobody proposing to them. Hating ass bitches. That's what we call them. I I was turned off by the both of them. And they outside like, yeah, it's a good fake. It's a good fake. When I'm from Jersey and I am familiar with the jewelry store that Louis went in. It's called the Jewelry Exchange. And I said to y'all, if you can't get a good piece of jewelry there, you ain't getting no good piece of jewelry around here in New Jersey. Like, yeah, of course, we have rich people that can go to a jeweler, but where Louis went was legit. And his ring ain't fake. And the fact that they felt like he couldn't save up money, they felt like he couldn't give his all to this woman because ain't nobody giving they all to them, that they had to discredit him and discredit his personal trainer. How you know how many people he trained? It's just like the other friend that came to the bar to tell her and show her that he was personally, doing his personal training and showing the girl how to shake the ropes. Came all the way to her job to tell her that. I bet you she's single too. Why is you even following my man and his personal training and his page anyway? To come up here and tell me that. That's the type of questions you should be asking. So I'm hoping Melissa saw last night episode and checked them the way Donna was checking them, because she was telling them, and I was saying even with Donna, you ain't gotta explain shit to them or how much he get paid or to personal train or how many people he personal training. The man is working hard. He got hustle and ethic, and he loved this woman. I ain't even sure why, because she's annoying as hell to him, but for them to do that to him, I ain't like that shit at all. Don't play with me about Louis. Because Louis is the one that has come out and done his best to please this woman. While we watching others go through it, he has come through and tried to do his best. He's the one that came out, multiple jobs, supportive. He gave her the sweetest proposal and she stomped on that with the biggest ring. Like, I wanted to smack the shit out of the friend and the sister. Real talk. I didn't like it at all. Didn't like it. Everybody was annoying last night. So that's why I said we deserve a reunion. I'm gonna try to get them on a panel right here on my podcast. And because some of these bitches got some explaining to do. And I'm gonna reach out to them and tell them my followers and I have questions. Come to the carpet. Time to come to the center of the carpet, because what? I'm so curious to know what Melissa's thoughts were after watching that episode, truly. So I'll keep you guys posted. Lily said, Louis has come a long way. He's the MVP of the season, in my opinion. He truly is. He truly is the MVP. And real talk, I want to talk to Louis too. I have questions for him, because if you guys follow me and you know the whole Basketball Wives and Jennifer and her husband, Christian Walden Gold, Louis and Christian were cellmates. I have questions for him. So let's see if we can get them on here too. Because I got questions for him. I got questions for Joey, which we're going to get into Kim and Joey right now. But I didn't like the way these hoes was talking about Louis last night. And he is the MVP. I agree with you, of this season. A stellar dude. Now, Joey and Kim. So, episode before this, which I told you I didn't watch, it seems that Joey was sick. Said his stomach was hurting. He wasn't feeling good. Joey spent all day at urgent care. Joey comes back. My first thoughts are, if you asked urgent care because your stomach was hurting, why do you show up hours later when it's dark and all you got in your hand is a cigarette and a Pepsi or a Coca-Cola, whatever it was? What? Kim had already said that, he's still burning through the debit card. She had $100 in the account. He went to an ATM and withdrew money and only left $4 in the account. And I could see how, as a woman being with someone who's a recovering addict, that 2 plus 2 wasn't equaling 4. And you are not. First of all, my husband's sick. We all going to urgent care. Me, him, and the kids. Okay. Number 2, he would have walked through the door with some paperwork from urgent care. What are your follow-up care instructions? What is this medicine that you said that you went to go get, but you called and it wasn't ready? What's the medicine? What's it for? He didn't offer any information as to him being at urgent care all day. On top of the fact, Kim brought like 20 air tags and she set on his like GPS on his phone that she could find him. She didn't mention it, but I was also wondering, what did the GPS say? Did it really say he was at urgent care all that time? Now listen, it could be, I'm a city girl. I'm up here. We got urgent cares on almost every corner. You go into urgent care, you in and out within an hour, if that. Now they are in the middle of Timbuktu, North Carolina. I don't know. Maybe it was a long wait at the urgent care. I don't know. But he didn't reach out to her and say, I'm still waiting or nothing. He just disappeared, drove himself, sick with his stomach hurt, into the urgent care and showed back up. So, rightfully so, she had questions and he wasn't really answering any of them. He then said that he had a splitting headache. Hi, JD. Thank you for checking in on YouTube. He's saying he got a splitting headache, but you left saying that your stomach hurt. I'm confused. I'm rooting for Joey. I don't want this to be true. But Kim explained to him how she got out of another relationship, her marriage that she's trying to end now, not because he was cheating, not because he was drinking, but because he started using substances. And she said, if you love me, you will take a drug test. That took over an hour. He's saying, well, I just peed. Where you pee at? Did you pee at urgent care? Where was you at? Call me an investigator. I don't know. Maybe I asked too many questions. I don't know. But it was not making sense. So he like, you got some water? Cause I ain't gotta pee. Now we all know if we ain't gotta pee, if we go and we try to pee right now, something's gonna come out. Like, like I don't want to hear it. Okay. He talking about she gave him juice. 15 minutes go by, 20 minutes go by, 30 minutes go by, 45 minutes go by. He's still talking about he can't pee. It felt like he was stalling to me. And finally, he's like, I don't know if I could give you enough pee. And he did. He pees in the cup and it comes back positive for COC, which is that Christina Aguilera. So, he's saying no way that the test is bogus. He gets upset and he leaves as if she peed in the cup and it came back positive. He leaving. No way. No way you would have left in the car I bought you on them 24s that I didn't authorize you to get, that I should have returned to the tire store. And you going to leave me here without an explanation as to what's going on. Mm-mm. Nope. Nope. So I'm hoping that the test was a fluke. I interviewed Kim a few weeks ago. If you haven't watched it, it's up on my YouTube channel. Links are in bio. Make sure you like and subscribe while you over there. But she really loves him. He really loves her. I believe that. And I want to see them do well. I want to see them together. I want to see him continue to do well. And I'm low key hoping that her son is his. The boy looked just like him. I think that would only further give him purpose to keep going down the right path. But if he has backslid, that's also okay. No judgment over here, but be accountable and let's move forward. So I'm hoping it's a fluke test. Kim is confused on what to think because she's saying that he's down. He's laying around. And if he was positive for that Christina Aguilera, that he would be up and about and, high energy, and that's not the case. So she's confused. They can't figure it out because he riding out on his 24 is mad at her because his test came back positive. So in the sneak peek of next week's episode, it looks like the paternity test comes back. So I hope we don't graze over this test and we figure that out, what's going on with this test, and then we come back to that along with is Kim's son his biological son or not. So we're getting close to the end here, guys. I'm gonna figure it out. We at least have, if the season finale is not next week, it has to be the week after that because, like I said, we go into Love during Lockup. So I'm seated for the rest of this, and we'll see what happens. But you know, I know sometimes I hear that these tests can come back positive because of something you took or something you ate. I don't know. Did he eat poppy seeds? I don't know. I heard mess like that can mess up a drug test, but I don't know. So we'll see what happens. And JD, why are you laughing at me? I'm just speaking. Sometimes I should just think about it maybe first, but these are my first thoughts, honey. You are getting my first thoughts today. The Sagittarius is coming out of me today. So yeah, we'll see what happens again. Like I said, I'm hoping that something just went wrong with the test, but he wasn't making it better for himself. And I don't like when a man feels like he treats you like he doesn't owe you an explanation. Like, come on, man. Like, you in here with my kids. You say you sick. Just tell me what's going on, bruh. Like, it's not about the whole macho. I ain't got to explain nothing. Like, be an adult and explain to her what's going on. Like, if you were at urgent care, like, let's see the papers. Like, do something. Like, stop it. I just didn't like that at all from him last night. So let's see what Joseph said on YouTube. Joseph said, for one, Joey was drinking that orange juice straight out the bottle. Joseph, you be in my brain because those are the type of things that gets me sidetracked and they start to churn in my brain while I'm watching it. Like, oh my God, he better drink that whole bottle because he better not put that back in the refrigerator with them kids and her and drinking off the bottle. Like, that's nasty. Bianca and Daniel on this screen in their street clothes in the bed. That's nasty. Like, that's the type of stuff that gets me sidetracked when watching these shows. So 100% agree with you. Like, my brain starts to go, I have to like sometimes rewind and hear what they said again for my notes because I'm so sidetracked at the nasty shit that I'm seeing. Like, so we are on the same page. D Candy said the same thing on Instagram, right? Like, I be getting sidetracked. Like, what is y'all doing on this screen? But yeah, we'll see what happens if he comes back. Again, hoping something's wrong with the test, but I don't know. And just was also said, Joey talking all that mess. Meanwhile, he's pulling off in her car. I gotta blame Kim for that. That's what I said. No way. She brought that car. Park it. Give me the keys, or I'm calling it in stolen because it clearly ain't in his name. Like, I'm shutting down the debit card. Point blank. Kristen said it's called reality. Yeah. I'm just, that ain't my reality. If you talking about sipping out the bottle of the orange juice and put it back in the fridge, I'm not sure, but I get it. It's reality. You may be talking about that. This stuff is scripted. I get all of that, but I'm seated to see more. I can't lie. Now, last, we're going to talk about Teenie and Rob. Teenie and Rob are set on having a baby. Why? I don't know. Because she just got a job 2 minutes ago. And so, how do you say, well, I'm not making the money I made in prison because I was gambling and sending all the money back home. I had to get, a 9 to 5. I'm working. You mad at her for going and spending $250 on a summer water park pass. You tell her she has to get a job. She's hasn't worked the entire time pretty much that y'all have been together, and while you were locked up, you were affording her lifestyle, and you tell her she has to get a job. She says, "Okay," she gets a job. Soon as she gets the job, you say, now that you got the job, let's focus on having a baby." What? Ain't on most jobs you can't even take a leave without you being there for at least a year. Don't Ain't that how it go? How are you expecting her to get a job and the next day you want to throw out all the condoms and have a baby? What are y'all talking about on this show? D Candy said, are they still living? Are they still together? Are you talking about Teeny and Rob? Yes, they are. They are still together. I follow them on Instagram. She posted last night. It's probably hard for you to find them because it's not like their Instagram is separate and it's not either one of their names. It's like the family something. Let me see if I can, if you want to check it out. It's the Long family. So that's what I was saying. She's kind of in her mom wife content creation stage. It seems like she's trying to get her TikTok going, but it's the underscore long underscore family, and it's Robert and Teeny Long. That's how you find it. Yes, they're still together. They posted a night out last night. But yeah, they are talking about having a baby 2 minutes after she got a job. I don't understand it, but they go out bowling because Teeny's sister is coming into town. Before Teeny's sister arrives, they talk to the children about how they feel about having a sibling in the house. The only people that have sense in this scenario to me are the two children because they sat outside, not sure why they would want to have a baby right now. She just got a job. I don't know why they want to do that. They are the only two that articulate themselves well in their interviews, that make sense. They seem to be more equipped to be the parents than the parents, in my opinion. Such smart young children that, like I said, they conduct themselves well, they speak well. I love her children. Like, but they definitely seem to have it more together than they do. So um they say yeah in the moment that they're into it, but in the interview they're saying not really thinking this is good timing, not sure what she's thinking. But Teeny's mom and sister show up, they're bowling, and Teeny tells her sister and mom that she wants to have another baby. They don't seem too concerned from Rob's standpoint, just because he's been there. They seem like a great family. They do a lot together. Like I said on social media, they're still together, and they do seem like they have a good family unit. But we learned, because at first I was like, well, why is Teeny's sister getting up from the table crying? What's the problem? But we find out that Teeny had a near death experience delivering her son, or one of her other, her son, and like his heart stopped. She had to have emergency C-section, so they're worried about her carrying a child again with those high risk factors involved. So I understood that. At first, I was like, did I miss something? Why is she sobbing like this? But it made sense after the fact. But while they're talking to, Teeny is talking to her mom and sister, Rob asked the children, or he expressed to the children, like he wants to have bowling days or family days like this with his mother involved. He misses his mother. And again, the children, in my opinion, articulate themselves very well. And they say, I'm cool with that. You want her to be around, but there needs to be an apology, and what happened was uncalled for. And I agree. There needs to be conversation and apologies on both sides, Teeny and the mom's side. Yes, the mom is totally out of line for always expecting money out of Rob, and him supposed to take care of her, or throwing the ex-girlfriend in Teeny's face. Was Teeny wrong for the way she turned around and leaned in her face? In my opinion, yeah. What I don't know if it was aggressive in nature, but had it been the other way around, I'm sure Teeny, being the way that she reacted in that situation, would have felt some way about it. She was already feeling a way about Rob mom's tone and the things that she was saying. So there needs to be conversation had. Let the dust settle, but eventually y'all gonna have to be family and figure it out. And everybody owes the children an apology to do that type of nonsense in front of them. They were distraught, and that was sad to see. So, again, the children are the ones that are making the most sense here in this scenario. We do see Rob call his mom. She doesn't answer. He leaves a voicemail. It does look like from the sneak peek he saw, he's going to visit his mom in an upcoming episode, and she's still yelling about him not taking care of her and not being there for the family. She's still mad. And we met Rob's father, who said that Rob's mom is very childish and immature. That's what he had to say about it when we met Rob's father an episode or two ago. Um, some parents feel that way. Hey, some parents feel like I took care of you. Now it's time for you to take care of me. But the man has a family, and that family comes first. And that's the way it is, right? So I don't know, but those are my thoughts on last night's episode of Life After Lockup. Thank you guys for hanging in here for me. I know it was a long episode. I had to get all my thoughts out. So thank you for hanging in there with me. I appreciate all your comments and your commentary. You guys, I will be back tomorrow. Make sure you set your alerts. I always post upcoming, so set your alerts. If you don't get to watch my live in its entirety, no worries. Please like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's in the link in my bios on Facebook and on Instagram. I'll be back tomorrow to give you my thoughts on tonight's episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. I gave you a sneak peek of that a little earlier, so check that out, as well as my thoughts on yesterday's episode of Bell Collective. So I'll be back for a tea talk tomorrow. Set your alerts. Now, before I get out of here, as always, if you have a business or a product that you want me to promote on my pages, my promotional prices are on my page. If you would like to be a sponsor for my podcast where I would promote your business or product on all of my tea talks and recaps, I'm doing at least 7 to 8 shows a week. I'm recapping everything for you guys. Potomac, Salt Lake City. I was doing Orange County. Now we have Love and Hip Hop Miami back on. Bell Collective, Love and Marriage Huntsville, Life After Lockup. I'll be recapping the new season of Love during Lockup. So everything you need, all reality TV news. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Everything you need, you get right here with your girl V on Reality Recap. Now, so if you are interested in promotions or being a sponsor, you can DM me, message me, or email me what you see up here, reality_recap. And also my Cash App, $ reality, spelled how you see here, Reality Recap, because the tea is not free, honey. So I appreciate all the support I've received so far. I appreciate all you guys. And again, how do you support for free? Like, share, follow, and subscribe. And before I get out of here, as I always say, don't forget, guys, reality TV stars are humans too. Let's not forget that. It's your girl V with Reality Recap. Thank you for hanging out with me this Saturday afternoon. Set your alerts. I'll be back tomorrow for a recap of Love and Marriage Huntsville and Bell Collective. Y'all enjoy y'all Saturday. Peace.